Hi everybody, it's Anne here from Positively Papercraft and I'm back with another video. So you remember last week we made this folder for our die cuts and stuff. Still haven't had a chance to fill mine up, but I will. I've been so busy this week with orders and stuff from my website, so never mind. I still have quite a lot of that paper left. I've just been putting it in this folder here, so I have a few of the longer sheets left and scraps. So I'll show you what we're going to do now. This here, I made this probably last year. I got asked to do a educational blog piece and we had to make something with like recyclable items. This was made with a cereal box and it's just a really adorable little mini waterfall album. And what I've done is I put pictures of my little Daisy in, and I lost Daisy last year, which quite a lot of you probably know. So I just used a little circle punch and I just filled it with some pictures of my beautiful little Daisy. That was a portrait that I had done by a lady called Meg. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, that's not a photograph, it's a portrait. So that's what I did. I've got a couple more to put in, but I ran out of photo paper. So this is so easy to make. Now we're going to get the laminator out, because you will probably know when you do sort of albums and things, you can have a lot of trouble with the cards starting to crack. There we go. You can see there. And I don't really think there's a lot you can do about it. Some paper cracks more than others. Thicker paper will crack. This is thin, so it hasn't been too bad. But we're going to laminate the front, because say if you gifted this to someone and they wanted to store it in the handbag, it's going to be extra durable, isn't it? So I love this. Now we're going to make it, because a few of you might already know I have a new puppy. Well, I haven't got him yet. It's probably about another, I think he's 3 weeks old, so about another 5 weeks and he'll be coming home. 4 or 5 weeks. My next door neighbour's little dog Safi had 4 little puppies, 3 boys and a girl. I'm taking one of the boys and we've already called him Oscar. I'm lucky that I get to see him most days because she lives next door. She's such a lovely lady. She's moving back to New Zealand in a few months, so I'm really sad about that actually. I'm going to really miss her, but never mind. So I'm going to show you, if you haven't seen. This is little Oscar and he's a Chihuahua and he is just the most adorablest little baby. And that's all of the little babies together. Hope you can see with the light, but that one's Oscar, that's the little girl, and then 2 more little boys. So this one's going to be for little Oscar. So, and I said I would never get another dog after Daisy, because as you probably know, the pain is excruciating what you go through when you lose a pet, and I still cry about her a lot. But I saw Oscar and I thought, you know, maybe it's just meant to be. So never mind. Right, the album, all I've done is I used a paper pad, the back of a paper pad, and I cut 4 pieces because I'm gluing 2 together to make it thicker. You could use a cereal box as well. You need these to measure 3 inches by 4 inches. So 4 of them if you want to glue them together. The spine 1 inch by 4 inch. So I've just got to quickly glue that together. But yes, when I moved here, I knew I kept hearing a little dog bark, and that sounded so much like Daisy. And when I eventually met the lady next door, Christine, her dog Safi, which is the puppy's mum, she looks so much like Daisy. And originally Christine didn't know if she could afford to take Safi to New Zealand because it costs a lot to take them, so I was going to take Safi. Safi was going to come and live with me. But in that time it turned out that Safi had puppies and Christine wants to take her with her, so the money she gets from the puppies she can take her. So yeah, I think it's probably must have been meant to be in a way. Very strange how it happened. So that's that. Now the piece of paper for the front, so this is the paper again, it's all from that same paper pad. It's going to go on like this. Now this is the piece I'm going to laminate. I'm going to switch the laminator on. Okay, so that's that getting ready. Now this paper is 9 inches by 5 3/4. So what I want to do, because I don't want to laminate the inside of it in the worry that it doesn't stick to the paper that we line it with. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So I'm going to lay it as much in the middle as I can, because I'm going to give this a little score. So that's how I'm going to have that. Now just take a bone folder or something and I'm just going to score all around the outside. Now I could just pop it in my scoring tool, scoring board rather, and score. But I think as I'm doing this now, I'll just do this. But you could pop it in and just score, like have it where it's just 1 inch all the way around. Alright, so you can see there I've got the sort of, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start cutting it now as if I had stuck these on. So we have these like this. The little lines are sort of the guide so I can see. So what we would do is we would miter the corners. Now this tool that I'm going to use, Colorway Arts, everybody keeps asking where I got it from. I'm in the UK. I bought it from America. The lady isn't shipping them to the UK anymore. I don't know why. I'm really sorry. I can't give you a link for it because she isn't shipping them. I do have a black plastic one which was gifted to me by a lady called Sharon, but I'm trying to get a company to make me some. I'm not having any luck at the minute, but I've got something in the pipeline which may solve that problem, so I will keep you posted. So I'm just gonna cut these as I normally would, as if I had just stuck them on. So I can sort of fold and burnish these now before we put it in the laminator, because as I'm saying, I don't, like when we laminate this, I don't want to laminate these, because when we turn it over and we'll have to stick a piece of paper on the inside, I don't want to risk it not sticking. That's why I'm not doing them pieces. I'm going to fold them under. Right, so that's all ready. So it will go in the laminator like this. All them folded under. Okay, so I've got the laminator. I'm having to use the Bonsai A3 one because, funnily enough, Christine has mine because she wanted to make a traveller's notebook, so I lent her mine. So I've got a couple of sheets of scrap paper. I'm going to pop that in. Then this will be the front. I'm going to put that in with the corners, all of the 4 corners underneath, okay? And then I'm going to run this through. Alright, I've run it through. You can see it's laminated at the front. Now, what you really want to do is, before you fold these out, you want to go along the side and get as much of these little overhang pieces of lamination off as best you can. And then we're going to run it back through because it sort of sets everything, I think, running it through twice. Right, so now if you open it out, you can see we've only got one laminated. So now I'm going to run this back through just straight like this. Okay, there we go. And then, as I said, this is now going to be really durable if you're going to, you know, put it in your bag or whatever. So we need our little pieces of cardboard that we've cut. So just make sure everything's folding right. And it's basically just a case of gluing these all together. Now, if it happens where, see, that's a bit tight, what I will have to do is just trim a little bit off. Just a tiny bit off that one. So just test it all first, and then when we space it out, just test the sides as well. See, I have to take a tiny bit off here. And I think it's only because when you score it, you just need to make sure that you're scoring it right, really. For a gap, yes. Yeah. So I'm going to glue these in now. Glue the sides down. There we go, we've got a gorgeous little protected little album now. So, you know, like I say, if anybody wants to keep it in the bag or, you know, whatever, it's protected. So brilliant idea. And that's what I meant about the inside. I'm now going to come along with this paper, and if I had laminated the tabs, the chances are they're not going to adhere very well to this card that's going to go inside. So this one here is, I would say, 6 3/4 by 3 7/8. This one's going to go inside. Which way am I going to have it go? So now I want to build the waterfall inside, which is dead easy. It's just 10 pieces of card, which are 2 3/4 by 3 inches. 20 pieces of the paper, which is 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. So I think I've got one more to make actually. Yeah, so 2 5/8. No, what was it? 3 inches by 2 5/8. On the long side, the 3-inch side, just score at 1/4 inch, and that's it. And then you want your paper on the front and the back. So I'll show you what I'm going to do, because you would need to be wary of the pattern. So this would go on here. Then when you flip it over, you need to make sure your pattern is, if it's directional, make sure you're not sticking it upside down. Other than that, there's nothing really else to, it's actually really simple to make this. Okay, so I've got my 10 pieces, and as you can see with this one here, they just get stuck in like this. So the first one, for example, will have this way. I'm going to use this other glue just because I only want a little bit out. I've got these on my website. Actually, you get 4 in a pack for $2.99, which I think is good value. So it's going to go sort of just near the top. Yeah, I've left a small little gap. And honestly, that's it. It's so easy. So there's your first one there. And then what you will do, the next one, glue again. You will just line this just underneath that. Like that, like so. So easy. Well, you've got to let it stick first, mind you. So just line it under. And then you get the next one, see them again. And then you'll just do that for the other side as well. Just keep going until you've got, so each side will have 5 of these in. Okay, so I've put a few little pictures of Oscar in. Obviously I only have a few at the minute, but that is so nice. Now my only regret is the inside. This paper is really thick, so I don't know, it's a bit thick and it's not quite sticking there, so don't pick a paper that's too thick. But other than that, that is really, really nice, and it's all protected. You're not going to get that cracking. So the only other thing I did was poked a little hole sort of in the middle, like that. Bit of elastic, and then you've got to get both of these just through this hole. Durable. Sweet little album, and of course it's up to you how you want to decorate it. I'm not quite sure yet, but yeah, there's the one that we didn't laminate, the one that we laminated. So I hope you will give these a try. So nice, so cute. All the info will be on my blog, as well as all the links underneath to my website, because I've got quite a few new things. I've got you get 10 sponges with this, and you get the blender, the tool, and 2 more of them. And I've also got all of the brushes back on as well as other things. So thanks for watching, take care, and bye for now.